Hey Dumb, this is Dave Decide. Today we have some news here. We definitely need to talk about Jung Kook and his FIFA performance. Of course, keeping with the theme of this channel and addressing rumors and hate comments, we will be talking about those, but that is not the majority in today's case. I also want to get into Jung Kook being worried and what that was about. So, hater or not, make sure you subscribe with the notification bell on, grab your dumpling, tasteling mug merch, and your limited edition dumpling Christmas sweater. Proceeds go to the homeless this year. We really haven't sold that many sweaters, just a couple, but I would love to be able to give a more sizable amount to the homeless this year. So if you're interested and can't afford to get one, please grab it. It will likely be gone after the holidays. Now, let's get into it. So if you aren't aware, which is totally possible, as some people aren't into sports and may just have come back from a social media hiatus to even be aware of any performances happening, but Jung Kook just performed at the World Cup. He debuted his new song, Dreamer, in front of millions and potentially billions of people at the opening ceremony, and this definitely made history, not only as a Korean star performing there, but definitely even having a Korean star on one of the biggest stages in the world is a big deal. It becomes recognition for faces like Jung Kook to be recognized as handsome and all that. Big deal. If you want to join me on Patreon, I am going to be posting the reaction to the performance over there, and we can fangirl together over this historic moment. I will leave a link in the description. The performance was great and represented unity. There's been some small drama between K-media, like K-dramas and things like that, and Islam and Muslim people. I won't get too much into that. You'll definitely have to look into that history, but this was a symbol of not only there being no drama and hatred between one of the biggest Korean artists and one of the biggest Islamic artists, but unity of the two countries. And then of course, it being at the World Cup for the world to see symbolizes unity of different races and cultures. It's absolutely beautiful. The performance has a moment where Jung Kook and Fahad hug each other, and that's just a perfect representation of what I just said. There was some issues with this performance and how it was aired. Given it was Jung Kook on the air, there were definitely some TV stations that aired the performance only to give commentary over Jung Kook singing and lowered the volume when he sang. And stuff like that, I wouldn't take this too much to heart. It's annoying for sure, but understand the reasoning could be, keyword could be, because of the political implications of Jung Kook being on that specific country's TV. So other countries aired the World Cup and felt like they couldn't share and let Jung Kook share Jung Kook's message because there may be an outroar within the general audience of that TV network. Similarly to how some of BTS's Korean music can't be played on American radio due to people believing it's Korean propaganda. So understand these networks may not have a choice. There were some haters online who definitely had some things to say. One of the things I wanted to address was how they felt about the performance. The general audience and even people who were not K-pop fans talked about how the performance was not as bad as they were expecting. This kind of bothered me because it really showcased that these people have never watched a BTS performance and they're just going by maybe a really cringy person that they met that liked BTS, so they assumed that BTS's music was cringy. Or it was just based off of the hate that they see some armies give on Twitter and assume that if it's those people that like BTS, then BTS must not be great performers. I understand where they come from, but we as people need to make our own opinions and not associate what is good or bad based on everyone else. If you go into the Grand Central Station BTS On performance, there's a bunch of comments that say, okay ARMY, you win, they're good. It's not about winning or losing, it's just about do you think they're good. The opinions of others should not be swaying you from liking someone. And then there were some opinions saying that the performance of the World Cup was lackluster. I don't know exactly where that comes from. However, I can understand people thinking this is not the best performance of BTS or Jung Kook that we have ever seen. Jung Kook has performed many times solo with either Euphoria, My Time, or even BTS doing their performances like Mama Award's Idol performance back in 2019, which was such an iconic performance with the fan dance and everything. However, we can't compare those performances to the World Cup. There's a reason why BTS could never perform like that on American TV shows, and understand the restrictions that Jung Kook may have been under for the World Cup. The fact that Jung Kook didn't sing Korean for this song at all shows that it probably was more of a political thing than you may realize. People might not have accepted the performance if he sang it in Korean. Just a theory. So doing either a traditional big BTS traditional Korean performance or anything like that could be pushing the envelope too much, and this performance Jung Kook ended up doing was maybe a safer option that was still a lot of fun to watch. Did it showcase Jung Kook's full potential as a dancer and singer? No, but it definitely didn't need to. Typically, when male American artists perform at the Super Bowl, it's definitely not even this good. Of course, after the performance and show, we got to see Jungkook come on Weverse and do a live stream. Very typical of BTS, and we're definitely expecting him to come on and thank ARMY and relax with ARMY. I can imagine coming down from a high like that is going to be tough. Jungkook came on and brought a cake and was just being so grateful and thankful for everything. Suga actually wrote on the stream and commented to say that Jungkook has fully grown up. The members did not miss this opportunity to watch Jungkook perform or just tune into the game, and they all posted about Jungkook's performance in their story. It just shows how proud they were, and let's be honest, how can you not be so proud? Imagine your family or friend doing something like this big. Like, there's no way not to be proud. Jungkook seemed like he wasn't nervous. I don't know for sure, but I can definitely see why he wouldn't be. Jungkook has literally performed in bigger stadiums than that, and performing in front of billions of people wouldn't be nerve-wracking if you can't see them. When Jungkook came on the stream, he asked ARMY if he did okay, because he hadn't watched the playback yet or reviewed his performance yet. By the way, that is a very normal thing to do. After a performance, a good team won't even show you the playback yet because there's no point. It's already done and there's nothing you can change about it now. If you watch the playback and you nitpick yourself, which every artist does, it'll ruin your night. It's better to at least in that moment enjoy the big accomplishment, believe you were perfect, and then like a few days later go back, watch it, and be like, I could have done that better, because you can always do better. So Jungkook asked what ARMY's thought. People in the comments of the stream said that Jungkook was amazing and he was so happy to see that. Jungkook did mention that he was worried because apparently he could not hear himself. Take that with a grain of salt, as that could be a translation or subtitle error. But if he did say that, that's pretty interesting. I can imagine in a stadium like that, there could be multiple problems. Either a frequency issue from the audio people to Jungkook's in-ears, or the crowd that is just too loud that you cannot hear. Imagine in that moment being in the center of the stage where all the sound of every single person in the crowd is going towards you. The music is blaring, it can be an issue for sure. A lot of artists sing and go in their performances almost deaf because they are not able to hear themselves due to what I just said, especially if they're static or just in-ears glitching out. And this is worse because if you're not hearing your voice in real time and there's a delay, you will mess up your singing. And this is why you sometimes see artists take their in-ears out. This is dangerous as the in-ears also cue you in. So they'll say 3, 2, 1 chorus, 3, 2, 1 verse. And so if you don't have any of that, you're going by the muscle memory, maybe even the backup dancers could give you an idea of where you are in the song. And then you're going by just trusting your pitch to make sure you're on key. And Jungkook is a professional, so things like this could happen a lot. I don't know if it happened during the FIFA performance, but if it did, he'd be fine and able to handle it with grace. Jungkook dancing was also so on point, and he was so in sync with the backup dancers. He really made the performance look so effortless and easy. Of course, we all know that it was definitely not easy, and for the average Joe, we would not be able to perform like that and sing at the same time. Jungkook should definitely not be worried if he did okay. He absolutely nailed it, and I hope he knows the gravity of what it is he just accomplished. I feel like we are coming closer and closer to a world that is equal and will accept Asian faces. This, of course, also includes Fahad, as he did a great job performing as well. We have two different types of Asians coming together. Both have received different types of discrimination, but discrimination nonetheless, to show the world that we can have a world of unity and peace, and hopefully one day acceptance. But what do you think of this? Do you think Jungkook was worried or had anything to be worried about? And what do you think about the haters saying the performance was lackluster? Let me know what you think. Make sure you check out my Patreon for more videos, link down below. Thanks, this lovely comment right here. Love you, bye.